Hello, thanks for tuning into Gaz Weather Vids on this Wednesday evening. It's 8 o'clock, just after 8 o'clock, and we're going live. And I'm going to take a few of your questions, as long as there's people watching us. And I'm also going to announce the day that we're going to be releasing the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast. I'll do it a little bit later on because I think there'll be a little bit of a delay for people wanting to get through and watch the chat. So I'll announce that in around 10-15 minutes time to give people a chance to join us on this live stream this evening. Okay, got a couple of people in already. Hello, Sharon. You had a nice day. And also medium wave, long wave. Hello there, looking forward to this. Yeah, hello, medium wave. Hope you're having a nice Wednesday evening. Paul James is with us. Hi, Gabba, from a pleasant evening in Portsmouth. Hi, Paul. Hope you had a nice day. Alpha SB, good evening. Good evening, Alpha. Hope you had a nice day, and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday evening. Callum is in as well. Hello, Gav. Hello, Callum. Hope you're having a nice day, my friend. So it's been a bit chilly today, hasn't it? I felt a little bit coming out in the garden, cutting the grass. And I thought it's a bit chilly out there this evening, or this afternoon, actually. But the sun was shining, so didn't feel too bad at all. Callum asking if I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks, Callum. Not too bad at all. Been a very busy day today. Lots of updates. But we keep churning out the content at Gaz Weather Vids, so hope people are enjoying the videos. Cameron is with us. Hi, Gav. Hi, Cameron. Hope you're having a lovely evening, my friend. Paul asking chilly. No, nice. Yes. So down on the south coast, it's always going to be warmer, isn't it? So yes, a bit chilly up here in the Midlands, Paul. Medium wave, not as much rain as yesterday's deluge, and that's nothing compared to what Friday may be like. Yeah, I don't know where you are, medium wave, but certainly Friday is looking a little bit on the wet side, especially for parts of Wales, Southwest England, Southwest Midlands, those sort of areas. I reckon there could be up 25 millimetres maybe in those areas, but it won't be as wet as that though over across East England and Southeast England. A couple more. Sharon saying cool thing day here at Sedgley near Wolverhampton. Yeah, it's been chilly in the Midlands, I thought, today. Sharon. I bet down on the south coast it wasn't too bad, but up here in the Midlands it was a chill in the air. So Slati is saying, sorry if I get anybody's names wrong, by the way. I haven't got the best vision these days. That's why I have to wear my glasses. And I'm peering at the screen. And I try to get everybody's names. But if I get anybody wrong, then sorry about that. But Slati is asking, hi, Gav. Thanks for videos heading to Le Mans next week. Well, thanks so much for that, Slati. Yeah, we've been really enjoying doing the Le Mans updates again this week. We do them for the Piston Heads community, but of course everybody can join in and watch those updates if they're interested what weather's going to be doing for Le Mans. So it's always a pleasure, pleasure to do these events forecasts. We've got Glastonbury starting not this weekend but the following weekend. I know a lot of people enjoy the Glastonbury updates, so that's all kicking off in around, it'll be around 10 days time, I suppose now. So it really is getting much closer. Let's have a look at a few more global weather updates saying, hey global, hope you're enjoying the weather and the vids, my friend. Callum loves hot weather, so well, you pay your money, you take your choice. Callum, I get quite a few people who don't enjoy it actually watching my vids. I don't mind a little bit of hot weather, I have to say. Up to around 30 degrees I'm okay. 32 getting a little bit too much for me. Beyond 32, especially as I'm getting older, it does get a little bit too much. Some of the days last summer were a little bit intense, I must say. Don't forget to smash the like button, by the way. Give us a thumbs up and let us know that you are enjoying the live stream. Let's have a look at a few more. So Callum Dyson saying cool and breezy in Leeds today. Hoping you have some good news. Well, it depends what you want, Callum. At the moment, the weather's looking a little bit mixed. If you haven't checked today's vid, so do have a look at those. Weather is looking a little bit mixed, certainly into next week. We might still be on the verge of some high pressure for the middle of June. We may be. But there's a lot of uncertainty about this mid-June period, which of course is around the time frame that we're also trying to forecast for Le Mans, and also the events that we've done as well. Download, for example, we have done the download update. So I have to say, when I started Gazworthies back in 2012, I never thought I'd be doing forecasts for live festivals. But just to show you the tangents and the directions you can go in. With the weather, it's always surprising how much interest there is, especially at this time of year. Interestingly, so this time of year, it's always about the events, about the festivals. And anyway, I'm off on a tangent, getting back to the point. Around this mid-June period that we've been forecast for Le Mans and Download, that's when we might start building some high pressure. But my word, really very, very uncertain with that. I've got 29 watching so far and 10 thumbs up. So big thanks to all of you for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. A couple more minutes and I'll announce the date for the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast. But let's see if there's a few more people who want to come in first. I'll carry on down through your comments. So yeah, we've got Mike T. Hi Gav, studying meteorology at the moment at pilot school. I have to say, much respect for you, and you do the Glastonbury videos. Have you ever been? No, actually, Mike, I've never been to Glastonbury. One of these days I'll have to pop down and see whether any of the people who watch the videos want to have a chat. But no, I've never been to Glastonbury. To be honest, I'm not sure how I'd get on going on undercover, under canvas. I'm not sure that's really my sort of scene. If I did go, I'd probably book into a hotel down the road or something. But no, one day I might pop down to Glastonbury and soak up the atmosphere anyway. But please enjoying the pleased that you're enjoying the Glastonbury updates. As I say, Mike, we're going to be kicking off with the video updates of Glastonbury, not this weekend, but the next weekend. Mark Clifford, November, a bit too early. I'm not sure that's about. That's in relation to somebody else. I think I missed a few comments, so let's scroll back up. So we've got Lee McMullen saying, hi, Gav, looking forward to winter updates from September. Yeah, we're going to be showing winter updates in September, Lee, but NAO forecast comes out before that. So in a moment, I'll reveal the date for the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast. Mark Clifford is in. Sup Gavarano. So hi, Mark. You're having a lovely evening, and thanks for tuning in on this Wednesday night. Shiram asking, hello, Gav, do you think we will break magic 40 Celsius in the UK in the next 20 years? Good question, Shiram. And to be honest, I'm not sure actually whether we will. I remember back in 2003, I remember back in 2003 when we reached 38 degrees or maybe a little bit more down at Gray's End during an incredible heat wave in August 2003. I remember there was a lot of speculation at that time that within the next few years it was undoubtable that we would reach 40 degrees. Well, we're now 2019 and we haven't done it, have we? So there's simply something about that 40 degree mark that sort of stops us getting to that level of temperature. It seems to be a huge hurdle to jump from kind of like 37, 38 to 39 and 40. Never say never with the weather, as I always say. So it is perfectly possible that we might do. And it's believed that back in 1808, in July 1808, we probably did reach 40 degrees Celsius across southern parts of England. But again, that is unconfirmed, and it is interesting that since 2003 we still haven't reached that 40 degree temperature mark. So there just seems to be something that stops that 40 degree Celsius temperature getting to the UK. But who's to say, but we can't do it. So we'll have a look at a few more, and I'm going to carry on down through the chat. By the way, I'm going to try and read out as many of your questions as I can with this live stream. Some people may get missed out, and if you do, then sorry very much about that. I'm reading the chat as you're posting it. If you want to sort of stand out, then you can super chat. Anybody who super chats will get answer, but otherwise it's just a luck of the draw where I happen to see your questions. I'm scrolling through. So let's carry on. And so Mike's saying, cheers, Gav. Thanks very much, Mike. Carry on down, and we'll have a look at a couple more. Torches are cool, UK. Been loving the dramatic skies in Fleetwood today. I'll be happy with wind and rain throughout the summer. Yeah, well, there's plenty of people like that, Torch. There's certainly plenty of people who don't like hot weather, who found last summer rather unpleasant. Yeah, you enjoy what you enjoy, don't you, in life? So there's this ongoing sort of debate between people who like different weather types, and at Gareth Worthies, we're completely agnostic, really, about that. You enjoy whatever you enjoy, and you're perfectly entitled to do so. We don't sort of take a side on which weather type is best, which weather type is better. We just present the data to you, and it's up to you whether you are enjoying that particular weather type or not. So let's carry on through, and we'll have a look at a couple more. Garage Guy is saying, hi Gav, going on a field trip tomorrow to River Tillingbourne. Should it be dry? I'm not sure where that is, Garage Guy. So you let me know where that is. Then I'll be able to let you know where it's going to be dry. I think showers are much more likely though tomorrow than they were today. That's pretty much uniform across the country. Yeah, so I'm not sure where that is in Tillingbourne. So if you let me know whereabouts in the country that is, then I'll be able to tell you. Couple more. So we've got global weather updates. Looks like an active hurricane season on the way. Yeah, interestingly, it does look as though this hurricane season might be ramping up a little bit. Sea surface temperature anomalies have warmed up through the tropical Atlantic. Yeah, maybe this is going to be slightly more active hurricane season, although just in the last day or so, CFS-V2 has started increasing, starting lifting up the temperature forecast for sea surface temperature anomalies in the equatorial Pacific again. So it's kind of like going now more towards the El Nino side of things. If we do start going off into an El Nino through the summer, that will have a dampening effect probably on the hurricane season. Although I did read a little bit of information the other day, except Madoki, central base El Nino, they can kind of like enhance the hurricane season a little bit. So there's a lot of uncertainty about this hurricane season. Actually, but I think it's going to be a little bit more active than maybe some of the forecasts were suggesting 2 or 3 months ago. We don't issue hurricane forecasts at Gav's Weather Vids actually, because it's not something I'm particularly confident in doing. So I haven't issued a hurricane season forecast for this hurricane season, but I have seen a few forecasts that's just quite a quiet season, but I'm a little bit unsure about that. I'm going to think it might be a little bit more active than a lot of those forecasts are going for, but we shall see. Right, so Garage Guy saying it's in Guildford. So Garage Guy going on a field trip to Tillingbourne, to the River Tillingbourne in Guildford. You may stay dry down in Guildford, Garage Guy. It's possible, but it does look as though the showers are going to be more widespread than today, a little bit more active than they were today with those showers. So touch and go probably whether you'll be dry down there or not. And then Friday, particularly Friday morning, likely to have heavy rain moving northwards, and after that could be some really big showers around on Friday too. That's if your field trip is still going on into Friday. Right, got 36 watches. If we get to 40 watches, I'll announce when we're releasing the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the live stream tonight, and give us a thumbs up and let us know that you are enjoying what we're doing. So Sane is in. Hi, Sane. How are you, my friend? Hope you're having a lovely evening. Mark Clifford's asking, when is it going to snow? Well, you're the owner of UK Snowwatch, Mark. So really, it's a case of you tell me, my friend, when is it going to snow? Let me know. So Focus 82 is saying the weather forecast for tomorrow in southern Norway says 30 degrees in Oslo and severe thunderstorms and possibly small tornadoes. We haven't had a tornado warning before, as I can remember. So the warmth is out there then, Focus. The warmth is definitely out there. It's just not in the UK at the moment. Yeah, a couple more, and then I will announce that date for the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast. So Mr. Burns is in. Hi, Mr. Burns. Hope you're having a lovely evening. My friend Adam is also in. So hi, Adam. Hope you're having a lovely evening as well. Epic is saying the UK weather is so unpredictable. Yes, it is. Definitely so. Epic is one of the hardest places to forecast for. So Garish Guy for winter and NAO forecast are my favorite videos at Gav's Weather Vids. And I think that pretty much gets us then to the point of this live stream. So the date, I've got it penciled in the diary. The date for the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast is going to be Sunday, the 30th of June. So the 30th of June will be the day that we release winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast. Just 25 days time, we will begin the sort of journey, first step, if you like, on the journey to the countdown to winter. So 30th of June, we'll release the NAO forecast. On the same day, I'm going to start doing live streams every Sunday evening around 5 o'clock in the evening. So it's going to be like a regular weather show, if you like, probably only lasting an hour. Initially, we may extend that out if we get more interest as we go along. And that live stream will be embedded into Gav's Weather Vids, and it'll be I'll put it into our social media pages as well, Facebook and Twitter and that thing. We'll start to hopefully build up a little bit of a following every Sunday evening at 5 o'clock. We'll do a regular sort of live stream. And the first one of those will begin on the 30th of June. Eventually, once I've settled down with it, we might even invite in a few friends. So maybe our analogs guru, James Ackrill, maybe James will appear in some of those live streams, and maybe Quantum might come along into the live stream occasionally, possibly even our good friend Richard Shaw might join us as well. So might get a bit of banter going, might get a little bit of discussion as the thing sort of builds up through, particularly into the autumn. I mainly want to associate these live streams with the winter update. So we release the winter updates every Sunday. I thought it'd be interesting, fun if we sort of did a live stream in the evening of the day that we release the winter update, if you see what I mean. That's why I want to start it on the 30th of June when we begin the NAO forecast. So we shall see anyway how it pans out, see how much interest we have. Hopefully people will find it interesting and enjoy it, and we'll start to build up a little bit of the following. But that's the plan anyway. Sunday evening from the 30th of June when we release the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast, 5 o'clock Sunday evening. There should always be a live stream. Certainly I'll be doing a live stream every Sunday evening, and sometimes we might invite in some of our friends and colleagues as well. So hopefully that'll go down okay. And of course, the main point is that Sunday 30th of June, that's when we're releasing the NAO forecast winter of 2019-2020. You've been commenting as I've been giving that little announcement. So let's carry on through and we'll read some of these comments. Mr. Burns, do you think we will be in for a summer like 2012? Well, let's hope not, Mr. Burns, because if we are, then the Gav's Weather Vids summer forecast is a total and utter bust, isn't it? It's going to be down the pan and down the pan big time. So I'm hoping that the summer forecast will hold true. We always said June was likely to be kind of like the dodgiest month of the summer. So one was a bit unsure about. It didn't look great on the analogs, and it looked as though July should then go through an improving process, and then when we get to August, we should then get into a classic summer month. Hopefully, that's what the summer forecast was suggesting. So I'm hoping that this June is kind of like going to be like June 1990 or June 1991, which were both poor months within an otherwise sort of pretty grim type summer. That's what I'm hoping for, but we shall see. I think July is going to be very telling, actually, whether we start to see improvements in July or whether things carry on going from bad to worse. If they do, then not only will the summer forecast and gas others be in trouble, the summer itself will be in trouble. I'm not panicking yet. The summer forecast always suggested this June was likely to be the most unsettled month, and so that's what we're sticking to. So Street 777 asking Gav, would you like to go storm chasing in America? That'd be fun. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going storm chasing in America. I know the guys from NetWeather pop over to the States every year and have a bit of a chase. So yeah, I wouldn't mind joining in that sometime. Wales Grand Solar Minimum Channel, El Nino or Enso Neutral. Had a forecast solar minimum channel. Is that what you're thinking is going to happen, my friend? So looks like that's probably the way it's going to go. Enso Neutral would be interesting. I believe we haven't had an Enso Neutral winter since 2013-14 maybe. So that's been a long while coming. A couple more. I think Mark's very happy with the announcement. So give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the live stream, Mark, and you enjoyed the announcement. Mark also asking, will I be using the camera? Not sure about that, Mark. Primarily going to be focusing on screen share, I would have thought, but occasionally you might get a little glimpse of Gav. Mind you, see me all the while anyway in the video, so everybody knows what I look like. And let's just say my looks haven't got any better as I've got older, and leave it at that. But yeah, we may have the camera on at some point in the live stream. But primarily, I would have thought screen share will be the thing we'll be focusing on. Lee, looking forward to it. Excellent. So that's great. Thanks so much, Lee. Mark asking about screen sharing. Yep. So definitely will be screen sharing in these live streams. I've been asked about global warming, and so by Freddie. And Freddie, I am agnostic about global warming. What I say about it, so essentially, it's above my pay grade. So it's not an area that I get into. I find it very, very polarizing. And unfortunately, it's got very politicized. And it seems the whole subject surrounding it seems to have got a little bit toxic, I think, a little bit too heated in a lot of ways for what you would expect from what is basically a scientific discussion. It's become very polarized, it's become very politicized, and if I was to come out on one side or the other, then I'd have the other side sort of baying for my blood. So I just stick to weather forecasting, and I leave all of that peripheral stuff really to other channels and to other people. Let's carry on down through. So Lilac Floyd is with us. Good evening, Lilac. Hope you and hope you're enjoying the live stream, my friend. And so Lilac also moderator on the Gas Service YouTube channel as well. So Lilac keeps an eye on your comments when I'm off doing my recordings and all of the other things that are involved with Gas Service. So big thank you to Lilac, as always, Lilac Floyd, for his help on the YouTube channel at Gazwell. Adam asking, Gaz, I've got a question for you. Going to be a cold winter this year. Is Eastleigh QBO? So, Adam, I think you're asking, will the QBO be transitioning into its Eastleigh phase? Yes, probably it will be. We're in the Westerly phase of the QBO now. We're expecting that Westerly phase of QBO to start to weaken as we go through towards the autumn. And then by the winter, we probably will start transitioning westerly to easterly. Easterly QBOs do not guarantee a cold winter, though. We have to emphasize that all the time, because you'll hear a lot of that when we do the winter updates. You'll hear me say that quite a lot, that easterly QBOs do not guarantee a cold winter. So it increases the chance of the possibility of a cold winter, doesn't guarantee anything. And as for whether this winter will be a cold winter, I'm not going there, because when we start winter updates, I'd like to start on a clean slate. And it's like a blank canvas, if you like, and I don't like to have any preconceived sort of ideas or notions about what any particular season is going to do. I like to start. It's the same with all the other long range forecasts as well, by the way, for all the other seasons. Always like to start off with a blank canvas, and then we gradually add our colors, and we add our palette to that canvas, and we build up the picture forensically. And then when we arrive at the forecast, we've got the data to sort of lead us to where we think we need to go. But I don't like to go into any season with any preconceived sort of ideas about what I think that season is going to be like. I mean, I know there's people out there, other forecasters, or people who claim to be forecasters that are out there, and they like to sort of be producing winter forecasts right now for the following winter. But that's not the way I work. Good luck to them if they can do that. If they've got the power to do that, then fair play, well done. But for me, that's not the way I work. I like to create the picture forensically and start off with a blank canvas, and not have any preconceived ideas about what that season is going to do. Right, I'll have a look at a few more. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you are enjoying the live stream this season. We've got 43 now, 42 people watching us. So hello to all of you who are tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Hope you are enjoying our live stream this evening. So I'm going to carry on down. Caspers is with us. Hi, Gab. Hi, Caspers. Hope you're having a great evening, my friend. George is saying, do you think that our weather has become more extreme? What with the weird heat in February, snow in Scotland in May, and heat of last summer? I'm not sure it has really, George. I think this is all within the realms of the UK's ever variable, ever changeable, ever surprising weather. I remember back in 1998, for example, very similar developments. Really warm February, snow in April. That year, 1998, had a baking hot May. The summer was cool and wet. So these things are definitely within the realm of the UK's weather. I'm not sure anything is particularly more extreme. I'm not sure anything is particularly more extreme than it ever has been in a lot of ways. Global weather updates. Do you reckon the UK will ever see the -25 isotherm? That's kind of like 40 degrees, isn't it? So again, these extremes of temperature seem to struggle really to get to the UK. So I think it's unlikely that we will, but who's to say? It's possible that we will see it, but I think it's unlikely that we'll see it anytime soon. Let's put it like that. Right, I'm going to carry on scrolling down, try and have a look at a few more. As I said, if I miss anybody out, then I'm really, really sorry about that. I can't keep up with every comment that's made. If you want to super chat, then that will guarantee that you get noticed. But otherwise, I've just got to do as many as I can. But unfortunately, something will get missed out. Sherman asking, hope get native NAO for winter 29-20, as last year's NAO showed a reverse tripole signature and correctly pointed towards a mild winter for those who want a cold winter in 2019-2020. So that's true. The winter forecast had its problems, but one thing that did work out with winter forecast was the thing that we started off with, which was the NAO forecast. That was always suggesting a positive NAO And that's what happened for the winter of 2018-19. So we shall see. I haven't gone through the data yet. I do believe, as you know, when I do the Gas Over Sunny Roundup, we always have a look at what's happening in the oceans. I think that the sea surface temperature anomalies in the Atlantic look very interesting this year. Very, very interesting indeed. But I haven't done any research yet to compare back to past years. So I'm only talking anecdotally. So I'll just leave that there. I think the sea surface temperature anomalies in the Atlantic looking interesting, but I don't want to say one way or another until I release the NAO forecast, until I've been able to do some research. But from what I've seen when I've been doing the Gas Over Sunny Roundup, things are looking quite interesting in the North Atlantic this year, and I'll just leave that there. So let's carry on, have a look at a few more of the chat. So Torch is asking, Gav, are you self-taught? Yeah, completely, entirely self-taught. So started watching BBC weather forecast when I was a very young person back in the 1980s. I grew up through those cold winters. One of my earliest weather memories, I've spoken about this before in other videos, one of my earliest weather memories is the winter of 1981. 1982, which was a very, very cold and very snowy winter. And one of my earliest weather memories is watching BBC weather forecasts in the evening with my dad, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. And we'd watch the BBC forecast in the evening, 6:30, and we'd see whether it was going to snow the next day. That's one of my earliest memories of the weather in that winter, and that's when I got the bug. And so the rest is just history, really. Through the rest of my childhood, I was very, very keen to watch the weather. I mean, when other kids were going off playing, kicking footballs around, I'd be running home, trying to get back to see Michael Fish and Ian McCaskill. So I was a very, very strange child, really, and I'm probably a strange adult as well. But so yeah, that's where it all started. Watching BBC forecast. Particularly good back in the day was Weatherview. If anybody remembers Weatherview on BBC Two at 5 to midnight, I'd be a night owl when I was younger. Not when I was very young, but sort of when I was sort of mid to late teens and above. I'd be a night owl staying up to watch Weatherview at 5 to midnight on BBC Two, which is where they went a little bit more in depth. And they didn't just show you what the weather was going to be doing, but they talked about global weather, and primarily they showed you why the weather was doing what it was doing. And so before the internet era, that was the best way to learn, really, with Weatherview on BBC Two at 5 to midnight. And then, of course, the internet era from around 2000 got online and started joining the forums. And so the Weather Outlook, of course, forum at theweatheroutlook.com, the fabulous Brian Gaze and his wonderful community. That's where I cut my teeth, really. That's what I started doing. Initially, I just started doing a weekend forecast once a week on a Saturday. And of course, that's where everything has grown out from. Gaz Wovies has really grown from that weekend forecast that I started. I think it was in the summer of 2003. Did the first of the weekend forecast on the Weather Outlook forum. They proved quite popular. I proved to be pretty decent at forecasting. And so from there, the thing just progressed. I eventually decided to start doing a video week ahead forecast. This was around 2011, 2012. I hope I'm not boring anybody going through my life story too much. I'll get on with some more comments in a moment. But I started doing what was I talking about? I started doing a video for weekend forecast on a Saturday around 2011, 2012. And from there, Gaz Worthy sort of grew out of that. So I never had a plan. I never planned to become an online forecast. It's just something that's progressed as I've gone along. And it's just phenomenal, really, the way that I've been able to do something that I absolutely love to hopefully a reasonably high standard anyway. And people seem to get enjoyment and pleasure out of it. But anyway, that's my life story tour. So there you go. That's how I got started. Okay, let's carry on down and have a look at one or two more. Daniel is asking, do you believe the failure of winter 2018-19 was entirely due to QBO? No, probably not, Daniel. I don't think there's any one particular I don't think there's one particular aspect that will dictate what a season's going to do. It's multifactored, so there are lots of different elements that are involved within a season. So that's why I like to do it in kind of like a multidisciplinary way, if you like, when I do winter forecast. We'll look at the QBO, look at solar activity, we'll look at ENSO, look at sea surface temperature anomalies in the Atlantic, look at hurricane activity, Siberian snow cover, Arctic sea ice loss. I'd like to do particularly the winter forecast in a multidisciplinary type way. And so that means, however, that you can't entirely put one particular element down to the failure of a particular season, or a particular season turning out as it did, if you like. So what I would say is that probably the westerly QBO combined with the signal that we had in the Atlantic, which was set up for positive NAO, maybe the fact that the Madokai El Nino never really got going. We did have a weak El Nino. We was expecting it to become a central base. It never really became a Madoki El Nino. Those things probably contributed to the mild winter. But then again, maybe as well, there are elements that we don't even know about yet. Remember, all of this is very experimental. So there are possibly drivers and things going on within the atmosphere, within the oceans, that that we aren't really aware of at this point. And maybe our knowledge will increase as we go along. Right, I've got 29 thumbs up. Can you get us to 30 thumbs up? Don't forget to smash the like button if you're enjoying this live stream. Alfie Weather Channel, wait, we are going to have an ECQBO this winter. Alfie, I think this winter will be a westerly to easterly transitioning QBO. So it's possible that that will happen quite early. If it does, then we will be in an easterly QBO for this winter. But it's probable what's going to happen. We'll start off with westerly QBO. We will end the winter with an easterly QBO. The winter itself will kind of transition into that easterly QBO. So that'll be a little bit complicated when we come to winter updates. We'll be having to look at winters that are sort of transferring from one thing to another. And it's how early you start getting the impacts of that transition or of that new state, if you like, that could well determine what's going to happen with that. So let's carry on down and have a look. Lilacs asking who is or was favourite weather presenter. So got a couple, Lilac. Michael Fish, Sir Michael Fish. Actually, Sir Michael Fish, one of the best, still on Net Weather, still absolutely fantastic. You can't look any further than Michael Fish, but also Ian McCaskill. I thought Ian McCaskill was absolutely great. I loved sort of a cozy atmosphere that Ian presented with his audience. He was very, very, the late Ian McCaskill now, of course, unfortunately, the late Ian McCaskill was very, very sort of connected to his audience. He just had a really, really lovely way about him. Very calm, very placid, just a lovely, lovely man. And the audience, you know, had that relationship, despite the fact there was the barrier with the telly. The audience had that relationship with Ian McCaskill. So definitely one of the best. John Keckley, of course, a great forecaster. So yeah, I've got a few, but Bill Giles as well. Let's not forget Bill Giles. So yeah, got a few, but probably Sir Michael Fish have to go down to the best, along with Ian McCaskill. So Callum was saying that his mum's not very well. So well, I hope your mum gets better soon, Callum, and sorry to hear that. So yeah, I hope your mum gets better soon. So carry on down, and Garage Guy, Gav, what's your job? Always weather forecasting? No, I've done this and that, but as he's gone along, the thing has gradually built up, and so now it's primarily my sort of living I earn my living now. I earn enough money through YouTube and through the lovely people who donate to us through PayPal and Patreon. So so I primarily earn my living now through the thing that I love the most, which of course it doesn't get better in life than being able to do that. Let's have a look at one or two more. We're going to wrap this up at 9 o'clock. So yeah, we'll do another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll wrap this up. Lee McMullen saying Rob McElwee was amazing. So yeah, Rob, another great forecaster. Of course, Rob was excellent. Over 50 people watching now. So hello, big thank you to all of the people who are tuning in to watch our live stream on this Wednesday evening. Don't forget to smash the like button. Let us know that you are enjoying the live stream. So coming back to Lee, yeah, Rob McElwee, excellent forecaster again, sort of the later era, I suppose. So Michael Fish, Ian McCaskill, they were kind of like 70s to 80s. They went into the 90s as well, particularly Michael Fish. Rob McElwee started, I think, around 1991. So yeah, excellent forecaster. Really loved Rob McElwee. Of course, he also loved cold weather. So if you like a bit of cold and snow, then Rob was always your forecaster to go to. Dagger asking an interesting question. Does this northern blocking encourage a death spiral to happen? Death spiral, of course, referring to Arctic sea ice loss. What I say about that is that we did have appreciable levels of northern blocking in the summer of 2012, and that was the death spiral summer. So if this northern blocking was to carry on into July and August, I'm hoping that it doesn't, or else Gazov's summer forecast will bust. But if it did, then what's going to happen is that we might lose quite a lot of Arctic sea ice. But it's very, very early days on that. We're only at the beginning of June. So let's just wait and see how things are looking by the time we get through to the late part of the summer. So I'm going to try and keep up with your chat. Really busy on the chat tonight. Thank you so much to all of you for tuning in and posting your comments and telling us that you're enjoying what we're doing and engaging with the live stream, asking you questions and commenting and whatnot. Thanks so much to all of you for doing that. Siren is with us. Good evening, Siren. Very different atmospheric setup now to then. I'm not sure what that is referring to, Siren, but anyway, thanks so much for joining us. We move down and we have a look at a couple more. So medium wave, long wave, saying Paul Hudson of BBC. Excuse me, I always like, though he doesn't blog as much anymore. Paul Hudson, regional forecaster, of course. Very, very good forecast, but not someone I'm that familiar with. I'm down in the Midlands. I haven't got to see all of that many of Paul's forecasts, but I hear good things about Paul Hudson. He's a really good guy from everything I've heard anyway. So yeah, I'm not familiar with Paul's forecast, but I know it's a pretty good guy. Zyplode, hi Gav, have you heard of a weather forecaster called David King, who bases his long-range forecast on nature and has a great past record? If so, what's your opinions of him? Well, yes, I have heard of David King. I've seen a couple of David King's forecasts. It's not really for me to comment on other forecasters, though, Zyplode. So, I mean, I've talked about the guys on the BBC. That's fine, because they are sort of weather presenters on the telly, if you like. We're all familiar with those. But when it comes to sort of private sector forecasts like David King and so on, it's not really for me to comment about what I make of their forecasts. So I'd rather not go into that direction very diplomatically. But yeah, I am familiar with David King and David's forecast, and they're always very interesting. So have a look at David King's forecast if you get the chance. Right, carry on down and have a look at a couple more. So Epic is asking, Gav, do you think we almost have a tripole in the North Atlantic? So, well, I don't want to give anything away, but it does look quite interesting, Epic. So that's what I'm going to say for now. Going to have to wait for the NAO forecast to be released on the 30th of June, but it does look pretty interesting. And that, as far as I'm going to go until I've been able to do some research. 50 watching now. So hello, thanks so much for tuning in to this live stream on your Wednesday evening. Don't forget to smash the like button and let us know that you're enjoying this live stream. Stanny is with us and asking, as the first half of June unravels, it's looking quite unsettled and very blocked. Do you think this is a precursor for the rest of the summer? Well, Stanley, as I was saying earlier in the live stream, you perhaps wasn't with us earlier in the live stream, but as I was saying earlier on, we always expected when we did the summer forecast that June would be the month that could be the most unsettled. And so I wouldn't necessarily say this is going to carry on into the summer. The sort of summers we're channeling is kind of like the summer of 1990, summer of 1997. Those sort of summers that had quite wet, quite unsettled Junes, but then picked up a lot as the summer developed and we went into the middle and then the latter part of the summer. They're the kind of summers that we're channeling. So I wouldn't necessarily say this June is going to set the scene for the rest of the summer, not like 2007, for example, or 2012. We're channeling, we're hoping, that's the way the forecast was pointing us towards, direction the forecast was pointing us towards, that things will change as the summer progresses. We'll start to get more influence from the Azores high, and we'll start to go into a hotter, drier pan. But of course, that is only a forecast. That's only a prediction. We know from summers like 2007 and 2012 that sometimes when northern blocking gets going, it will just carry on and on and on, and we don't get rid of it. So if that's the way the summer goes, if we do go into that direction of like a 2012 or 2007, obviously regardless of its forecast is bust. At the moment, we're sticking with our expectations, which is that blocking and cool and settle weather, yes, for June, and then things start to get better, substantially so, as the summer progresses. Looking at one or two more. So we've got, let's carry on down through the chat. So we've got Spaceport UK. Hi, Gav, good to hear. Thanks for your great weather channel. Hope this July is not as hot as last year. We were camping in Kent on Furnace Friday. It was around 40 degrees on the day that day. Yeah, it got a bit too much, didn't it? Last summer. So I agree. Yeah, it got very, very intense last summer. So hopefully we won't get anything as intensely hot as that. The summer forecast do suggest that August does have hot potential if that high pressure builds in as strongly as the summer forecast suggested it could do. So it may be that this summer is going to get really hot late on, but hopefully we won't get anything quite as intense as we got last year, because it did get a bit too much. I have to say, even for me, it's a bit too much. Some of those days in July. Free opinion, we are so far behind a very cold winter. We overdue for a severe winter. 23 years for very severe winter. Even 54 years overdue in the Netherlands. So free opinion, yeah. We probably are due a freezing cold winter. Of course, in the UK, we have the December to Remember, which was just a one-off month, but it was extremely cold. It was the coldest December since 1890. And it was almost just 0.2 of a degree off being the coldest December, excuse me, on record, going all the way back in the CT record to 1659. So, and for the UK temperature data series, which I think only goes back to 1910, it was the coldest record. So that was a really brutally cold month in the UK. Also, 2009-10 was a very cold winter in Scotland. It's the coldest winter since 1963. UK-wide, in England and Wales, it's the coldest winter since 1979. So we have had within, not necessarily that's recent times, but certainly within sort of the past decade anyway, we have had some pretty cold weather here in the UK. But I think we're going to be due a cold winter before very much longer. Whether it will be winter 2019-20 remains to be seen. But I do think we'll be due a cold winter before much longer. And we may be due a severe winter, as you say, before too much longer. Alfie's Weather Channel, Gav, why don't you do live streams every week or month? So we're going to start that from the 30th of June, Alfie. So from the 30th of June, the day we release the NAO forecast for the winter of 2019-20, we're going to start doing a weekly live stream, 5 o'clock in the evening, every Sunday evening. There'll be a live stream. Initially, it'll just be me on my own. Eventually, we'll start asking a few friends to join us, such as our analogs guru. So that's all in the pipeline. It's all being developed as we speak. So weekly live streams starting very, very soon. Edward Bolts, he's asking, is this radio? I don't see anything in this video. We're doing a live stream this evening, Edmund, and I'm just chatting with the people on the chat, actually. So maybe you're not enjoying video, but if you're not, then you can leave live stream at any time, of course. Garage Guy is giving us a super chat, so thanks so much, saying thanks for all the content. Thanks so much, Garage Guy, really, really kind. Thanks for doing that. Mr. Burns, I liked John Hammond. Yeah, John was pretty decent forecaster as well. Everybody loves John Hammond. Not with the BBC now, I don't think, but yeah, everybody really likes Mr. Hammond. Daniel Corbett, yeah, that's another one. Lee McMullen pointing out Daniel Corbett. He moved off to New Zealand, but he was a bit of a character, wasn't he? Gav, medium long wave, asking Gav, ECM versus JetBlue, which is your all-time favourite? So that's a good question, actually. ECM ranks as the best model out of the two, definitely. Stats have been very clear right from when I started on the with the weather online. ECM has always ranked as the best out of two models because GFS, you get a lot more data, so you pay your money, you take your choice. Yeah, I would suggest ECM is the best, though, really from a forecaster's perspective, because although you don't get quite so much data with the ECM freely available, it still ranks as the most reliable of the two models. So carry on down. Paul James, I remember Francis Wilson on BBC Breakfast and talk of fluffy bits of cumulus cloud. Yeah, Francis was a real character back in the day too. So we're going to be wrapping this up in around 5 minutes time. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to smash the like button if you would like to do that, if you're enjoying this live stream. Got 55 people watching now, so that's as many as we've had throughout the stream, actually. Hello, and a big thank you to all of you for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Jason Bryce is with us. Loving your vids, thanks. So thanks so much, Jason. That's really, really kind of you. It's always great to know that people are enjoying what we're doing. Just have a look at a few more. So I'm going to wrap this up in around 5 minutes time, but we'll have a look at one or two more. So Stanley asking, last question. I don't want to steal time from anyone else, but do you have a pet, or would you like to have a pet? No, Stanley, I don't have a pet. Actually, back in the day, we used to have a cockatiel, actually, name of Billy, but unfortunately in 1999 Billy died, and we never got over it, really. So no, I haven't got a pet, but maybe one day I'll get myself a little collie or something. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Look at one or two more. So Richard is asking, we need more rain now to get some decent moisture in the ground for the crops, but then we need some warm, dry weather in July, August for harvesting. Certainly, I would like to get some rain now, Richard. Definitely, it would be lovely to get some rain for the garden. I've got into gardening since my father died. My father was a big grower, a big gardener. And he passed away in 2012. I sort of inherited his garden. So I never particularly much of a gardener back in the day, but after he passed away, I inherited his garden, and I've got into it. over the past few years since my dad died. So last year was a very, very difficult growing season. Anybody was growing last season, you'll know how phenomenal. Got 60 watching now. Hello, big thank you to all of you for watching us on this Wednesday evening. Don't forget to smash your like button if you're enjoying the live stream. So if everyone's growing last year, you'll know how phenomenally difficult the growing season was last summer. So this summer so far has been easier than it was last summer, but nevertheless, it's still been quite difficult actually to keep everything watered and keep everything nice and wet. So the rain we've got coming up in the next few days is going to be very, very welcome for any gardeners or any growers. Let's carry on down, have one or two more before we go. So Jason Bryce, Gav, do you think that Scotland will see high pressure during July and August, or do you think the jet stream will spoil things for us up here? So Jason, the summer forecast suggests high pressure should become more influential as the summer progresses. That's as much as we can say. So as the high pressure becomes more influential, it should send the jet stream north, and that should allow Scotland to join in with the high pressure that's becoming more influential. But of course, this all hinges on high pressure actually ridging in from the Azores high. So we're just going to wait and see, basically, whether the jet stream gets pushed far enough north to allow the whole country to settle down. It is possible that if the Azores high doesn't ridge in as much as we anticipate it will, then the jet stream might still stay influential for Scotland. If that happens, then it'll stay quite unsettled the further north we go. So we're just going to have to wait and see. So daily dose of what exactly do we need to forecast a negative NAO winter? I'll talk about that in the NAO forecast daily dose. I haven't got time to go into that now. I'm going to wrap the live stream up very shortly. When I do the NAO forecast that you're going to be able to see on Sunday the 30th of June, I'll explain everything. It will become clear. You know exactly what the sea surface temperature anomaly in the Atlantic needs to do and how that looks in comparison to what's happened this year. So just bear with me. I'm going to do the NAO forecast. Or, of course, you can go back and look at the past NAO forecast that are on the Gaz Service YouTube channel. You've got to scroll back through the videos, but eventually you'll get to last year and the year before, around early July. Do it at the same time every year, end of June, early July. Back through the videos, you'll see the past NAO forecast for those winters. And that will explain things as well. Freddie Walker's given us a super chat. Thank you so much, Freddie, for doing that. And Freddie is asking, what if most severe weather you have seen? So, well, I was alive, of course, for the winter of 1979. That's probably the coldest winter of my lifetime. Unfortunately, I was only a little baby for that. I was only a little baby. I was around, what was I? I was born in 77. So I was around 1 year and 3 months, something like that, in the winter 1979. So I don't really have any memory of that. So for winters, I suppose it's got to be December 2010, probably the most severely cold winter I've ever seen. In terms of the most severe weather overall, well, there's the October 87 storm, the Michael Fish storm, of course, although where I am in Northampton, we didn't get it that bad, actually, in 1987. Excuse me, voice is starting to give out, so I'm going to have to wrap this up very soon. We didn't get it too bad in October 87, so maybe the Burns night storm of January 1990. That was, we in Northampton actually had the storm was worse in 1990. The Burns night storm was worse than October 1987. So there's been a few. I've seen quite a bit of weather in my time. For winters, I think it would probably have to be the December to remember. So Focus 82, thank you so much for this live stream, Gavin. It was very nice. Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, Focus, and thanks so much to all of you for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like button. We're at 46 likes now. Can you get us to 50 likes before we wrap things up? Thanks so much, all of you, for tuning in to us. So I've come down pretty much to the end of the chat, I think. So we've got Mr. Burns asking, "Do you ever watch your own videos?" Actually, I don't really, Mr. Burns. I don't like hearing my voice. So no, I tend not to. Although, if somebody is sort of complaining about something that's gone wrong in the video, sometimes there are sound problems and whatnot, then of course I have to have a listen then and see what's happened. But generally speaking, no, I just record the videos, upload them to YouTube, put them out there, and I tend not to go back and view them again because I'm my worst critic. So if I sit there watching all of the mistakes I make, it starts getting rather cringy. So I prefer not to go back and have a look. So I've got Alfie's web channel saying bye, yeah, bye, Alfie. Thanks so much for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Also, we've got Mark Clifford. Thanks, Gazovic. Bye, Mark. Thanks so much. And again, thanks so much to all of you for tuning in on this Wednesday evening with this live stream from Gazovic. I'm going to wrap things up there. And again, thanks so much for the super chats. Thanks so much for commenting. Thanks so much for listening and for interacting. And I hope you enjoyed it. So finally, just to say that the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast is going to be released on Sunday, the 30th of June. And on the same day at 5 o'clock in the evening, we will do our first weekly live stream. So from Sunday, 30th of June, when we release the NAO forecast, there will be a live stream at 5 o'clock in the evening every Sunday from that point on, going through the rest of the summer and into the autumn. Going to be a regular feature, probably initially lasting an hour. We'll see how much response we get, and as we go along, hopefully things will get more popular. Hopefully people will enjoy the live streams and will grow the audience, and eventually we'll start asking in some of our friends and colleagues as well. I would have thought, as we get into the autumn. And we'll sort of screen share as well. And it's just going to be really great. So I hope you're all going to enjoy. I hope you're all going to enjoy those weekly live streams that will be beginning on Sunday, the 30th of June, the same day that we release the winter 2019-2020 NAO forecast. And that's it. So thank you so much for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And it's time for me to wrap things up. So all that remains to be to say thanks so much for tuning in, and bye-bye.